morning. I'm going to make this video about roles, gender roles, girl roles, boy roles, kind of as a jumping off point from the video I made yesterday about the book, The Erotic Silencing of the American Wife. And today I listened to a podcast that was Glennon Doyle, the author, has a sister, Amanda, who has a podcast where she interviews Glennon and her wife, Abby. I think they do it once a week or several times a week. It's a hidden gem. It only ever has like 100 or 200 views. It's so good. If you're a fan of Glennon Doyle and authentic relating, check it out. I'm going to put the link in the description. As to why I'm all sweaty, I just finished running some of these hills here at this park in Pacific Beach after my Pilates. So just to give you a little bit of the lay of the land, I'm a big believer in fitness. You know that the majority of people in the hospital with COVID are actually obese. And you can be obese outwardly. You can also be thin and obese inwardly. So I don't really know how that works, but get off your ass, people. Exercise and eat fresh foods. Today I was dragging because the last few days I was eating cookies and cake, which I rarely do. And boy, have I felt sluggish the last couple days. So food is our fuel. Exercise is our gas. All right. Let's get into it. So in the podcast today, they were talking about how people are assigned gender roles. For example, Abby, as a butch-looking lesbian, is constantly shunned or made to feel like an outsider when people mistake her for a man when she goes in the ladies' room. Or when they go to dinner, the waitress hands Abby the bill because she's the more butch-looking one. Glennon is femme. And also when people say, "Thank you, ma'am," they say "thank you, sir" to her, and it makes her feel left out and not seen and invalidated as a woman. Therefore, the whole discussion kind of comes up around that, and especially with kids, you getting away from gender pronouns, because these gender pronouns affect also our roles. And that's the main thing I want to get to here, is that you're born a girl and you're already, you're supposed to like pink and like pretty dresses and be pretty and be sweet and be kind. And if you're a boy, you're supposed to be courageous and adventurous and strong and a leader. And so we put people into these roles, and that's how we end up in these relationships where these women have toned themselves down to be the good wife, killing off a whole part of who they were, because from the time that we're born in our society, we're given a role to fulfill. When I was married, I definitely had a role. I write about that in my book. I had a role. I was the mom. I was the one who did the grocery shopping. We had our roles. And I think division of labor is a good thing. However, I felt that my role was really confining, especially when it related to what I could want, ask for, and desire. Some of that just has to do with all that I ever saw or what I thought I should be, and I wanted to be good. Like even now in dating, I don't know how I'm supposed to be. Yesterday I had 2 video calls lined up, and both of the gentlemen didn't show up for the video call. I think they had other stuff going on with work. I don't know. They didn't say why. I didn't like that, so I unmatched them. I tried to call. I told one of them, I'll try again in 15 minutes, and he still didn't answer. I said, well, you must have something going on. I was trying to be understanding. And then at 8 o'clock, I was like, both of these guys didn't show up, so I'll just unmatch them because that's not nice to me. Then I'm thinking, well, was I avoidant? Am I supposed to be okay with that? Is it okay to be someone has something going on? Then I'm thinking, well, there's no good way to recover. I'm the girl that is okay with them ghosting, not showing up. They could have had something going on or made a mistake about the day, but I don't know them enough to overlook that. So well, I don't know how to be. I don't know how I'm supposed to date. I'm supposed to like guys my age, but I like them younger. Part of that is because I don't feel tied into a role. I don't know how I'm supposed to date, but I do know how I was supposed to be a wife. I do know how I'm supposed to be a woman. And as we evolve, we have to, I guess, get away from our identity and our programming. Get away from our identity, like that's attachment to an idea or a thought. Like, what if I could just be me? What if you could just be you? What does that even mean? Because we're just so programmed. I know as a woman, I'm supposed to be pleasing to men. I'm supposed to be nice to men. I'm supposed to wear makeup so they like me. Wear pretty dresses so they notice me. So they'll like me and want to fuck me, I guess. I don't know. I think that that podcast I saw today is really a good addition to that book, The Erotic Silencing of the American Wife, because we just get stuck in these freaking roles. And by the way, society's changing. I know a lot of couples where the woman is actually the more dominant one. People, younger kids are starting to say, don't call me he or she, call me they or they or them, because they don't want to be confined. And I think it's just society moving away from rigid roles. Now, my wish is for the politicians to move away from their limited roles of getting into office to fill their pockets and needing the money of corporate donors to even get elected, and that we could just have politicians who want to serve us the people. Wow, that would be a new thing. What would it be like if people could just be whoever the fuck they wanted to be? And what does that mean for me when I'm dating? It means that I'm gonna experiment with my dating now. I'm going to be like the initiator and the aggressor. I'm gonna try that, because whoever said that a woman had to be like, my role is like the man has to initiate and I'm gonna be receptive and kind. Not supposed to challenge them too much right off the bat, supposed to be nice. So I'm going to just play around with that and see how that works for me. If I'm not acting the way I think I'm supposed to act, just the way I want to act. So check out the podcast. I hope you also read the book, The American Silence of the American Wife. And leave your comments. Thanks for watching my video.